lots of hill thrillers in this tournament, so that could be important. So Shane up 1-0 and winning this safety exchange with Ko.
Should go up 2-0 here. Just needs to get straight in on the 7 ball into the side pocket. It's always good to get out of the gates fast in a 9-ball match, because it's a race. It's just like a horse race or a car race.
Except the thing that all 4 of these semifinalists have is that they've been able to, and they have been challenged quite a bit, except really Shane hasn't really been challenged at all in this tournament, but you got to be able to close the deal. You know a little bit about something about that, don't you, Imran? You were up 10-7. And
I was up 10-7, yeah, and I had a chance to win, and I thought I'd won the match, and then all of a sudden I miss a ball, and then I lose 11-10. Couldn't believe it. So frustrating. And he was a good player. I mean, he didn't miss a ball in the whole match. I missed 2 balls, and I lose.
Well, that's the great thing about 9-ball. I know when you're on the receiving end of it, it's not so great, but it's never over as long as you're still sitting there and the match is on. It's never over. You can never say it's
over until the last 9-ball is down.
And
so I learned from that this tournament.
We have seen, 1 millimeter turn of a ball changing whole careers. You could be out of the tournament in the group stage if just the ball turns 1 little millimeter. If it didn't turn, you might win the match and go through and win the tournament and change your whole life.
Exactly. The actual reigning champion didn't qualify for the group stages. Niels Feyen. Yeah. He didn't get out of the qualifiers.
Well, yeah, he was up 10-7 as well. Actually, it was. I'm sorry.
8-7.
8-5. He was up 8-5 in those race to 9s, and
he lost 9-5.
Rue from Korea, came back on him. So here we see Shane.
See that 1 ball over the corner pocket? I'm not sure if he's got a shot this time, but he's controlling it. See, sometimes he's been doing this, controlling the one ball over the corner pocket and controlling his cue ball into the middle of the table, and he's getting a perfect shot every time. He's going to be tough to beat if he keeps on breaking like this.
I mean, Imran, you have any idea what he's doing? I mean, is it just he has a certain hip movement or way he's racking the balls because the players are racking their own balls?
No, there's no body movement, and there's nothing dodgy he's doing with the rack or anything like that. He's just the way he's hitting the rack. He's cutting the rack. He's not hitting the 1 full ball. He's cutting it, hitting it half ball, which actually causes the 1 ball to just bank before the side pocket and go over to the corner pocket. Other players have been hitting it hard and making the 1 ball into the side pocket, or it goes past the side pocket and goes to the end rail with no shot. So if you cut the rack, the 1 ball goes just before the side pocket towards the corner pocket.
He's a real student of the break as well, Shane. Studies
that's his
practices.
biggest asset. Yeah, Shane has a monster break in 10 ball as well, and he prefers the winner break format actually, but he's adapting to the tournament break pretty well.
You think he might try to pocket this 1 here?
Well, I think he can see an edge of it. I'm not sure if he can pot it from my TV screen now. If not, there is a case for playing a jump shot or a kick shot. Depends how he feels. Looks like he's going to kick at the 1 rail. Tried to make the 1 ball, but if he didn't, he would get a safety out of it. He hit the 1 ball thick off the rail, so it'll go back down table.
Ko Pin Chung now. celebrating his 20th birthday today. What a birthday it will be.
Like we said, he looks like 11 years old, right?
I think he's probably won a lot of matches by guys underestimating him.
Yeah.
Do you know, him and his brother, Ko, who's playing on the other table against Wu Cha-ching at this moment, they were in the semifinals of the World 10-Ball Championship in the Philippines back in February, and they played each other, and Ko, the older brother, won in a rout in that, and then went on to win the tournament. However, the brothers have played 3 times in their career in tournaments, and the younger Ko has beaten him twice, the older one.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Including in the Grand Finals, which is the big tournament of the year in Taiwan.
Okay.
For all the players. And Ko Pin-chung won the Grand Final with a victory over his brother.
Wow,
older
that's
brother.
A good stat. I'm pretty impressed with his demeanor, and he looks pretty mature. It looks like he's been playing the game for 50 years.
Fell down. So Shane's just got to run this down the rail, and next ball will be the 3 ball. That nicely done, pushing the 8 out of the way.
Yeah, he had to bump the 8 to hold position for the 3, which is well executed.
So on our other table, Wu Cha-ching and Ko Pin-yi tied at 1 apiece.
Pretty good speed on the cue ball there. Leaves him a straight in 4 ball, which he can just, I think, draw back for the 6 ball. Depends on what angle he's got. Maybe it's not perfect.
He has an air of confidence swirling around him, and it's just hard to see him getting beat. But of course, you know, we've got this is as good a semifinal as we've seen in years here. This is 4 rock-solid players. So, you know, anything can happen in pool, but we have yet to see a dent in the armor of Shane Van Boening.
I mean, he's growing in confidence over the last 2-3 years. He actually got a big monkey off his back by winning a tournament outside of the US. Because for years he was known as just a player who plays great in his country. But last year he won the World Pool Masters, and this year he won it again, back to back. So he's broken that duck. He can play internationally.
And this would be the icing on the cake here. This would be the biggest victory of Shane's career. If he could pull it off today, we're still a long way from that.
He looks in good shape. Whenever I've gone to the practice room, he's there, hitting balls, playing the local guys. You know, he stays in there for like 7-8 hours a day, just playing continuously. So he deserves it.
Well, we have some people asking us and are sending in questions through our chat room. Who will win the match? Honestly, I mean, I would have to give Shane an edge here, but I'm not going to make a prediction.
Yeah, I mean, guys have been way up in matches and still lost. So although Shane has got off to a good start, which is vital, I wouldn't count him as the winner yet.
So it's a 3-0 lead for the American Shane Van Boening. And this would be huge back in the United States, in the pool community. And I think Americans maybe have felt left out, and it's really by their own design, because we don't normally see the American players traveling the world playing the pool tournaments, all the big tournaments, just like we see the Europeans and the Asians going all over the place. And that's what it takes to get this worldwide experience. And I can tell you, Imran, all the people online, the haters and the people on the internet who say Shane never has won the big one, and that is absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I mean, anybody can make those claims. Sometimes, there's very few overnight successes in life, and it takes a lot of failure to become a success.
Exactly, yeah. You only learn when you lose. But there hasn't been a big contingent from the USA out here this time. I think only 3 players.
And they did well. And there's a nice break off from Ko. It did well. Mike DeShane was 1 9-ball away yesterday from moving into the quarterfinals against Ko right here, he missed a straight-in 9-ball.
Yeah, he missed a 9-ball, but that was a good effort from him. And there were other guy, Hunter Lombardo, he played solid too.
Had a great tournament.
See, the USA over the last 3 or 4 years, they've gone off the radar a little bit in terms of international events. But Shane is now raising the bar, and he's Captain America.
I love that. That's a great one. They call him the South Dakota Kid, but I think we should change that to Captain America.
Looks a bit edgy, Kopin Chung at the moment. Not playing with too much confidence. But as I said, it's early days. Anything can happen.
So, Imran, I'm sure you and other players you get in that zone, so to speak, every now and then. And what's it like? I mean, you just feel like you can't be beat, just brimming with confidence.
Well, it's a funny game, 9-ball. You can actually play perfect and still lose a match. On the other hand, you can play bad, and everything you do just comes out perfect, and you can't miss a ball. It's a great feeling to have.
So he can see the 1-ball here. He's got to get one on the board quickly because Shane can run away with this. It's not easy to come back in an alternate break format.
See, ooh, I thought it was going to drop, but that was a careless mistake.
Yeah, he had a chance there, and now Shane Van Boening with a chance to go up 4-0. If he can clear these colors off the table.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to get position on the 2-ball here, and it looks like a pretty open rack after that. These tables are pretty quick. The rails are quite bouncy, so it's not easy to control the cue ball. See it there? He was just a little bit short. I think he was thinking, oh, this is going to bounce off the rail very fast, but it didn't, so he understroked it. Still okay.
And I think Shane is showing that you can't force things sometimes also in 9-ball. You have to take what the table gives you and just work from there. Even though you might want the ball in a different position.
You have to play the percentage shots, yeah.
I was talking to Mika Immonen earlier today. He was up 8-4 against John Moore and lost 11-8, and he said that very same thing. He tried to force a few shots, and he should have just taken what the table gave him. He found himself out of the tournament because of it.
Yeah, John Moore had a good tournament too.
Great tournament.
Mark Gray and Mika Immonen. And was behind in both games, actually.
Well, this is quite a start for the American. He doesn't look like he's feeling the pressure, but obviously he is. And I guess the question to you, Imran, is when you get in these situations and, you know, the tournament is there for the taking and the pressure's on, how do you deal with the pressure?
Well, everybody's human, Ted. If we don't feel pressure, we're not human. We're not computers, we're not robots. Everybody feels the pressure. It's just a matter of how you handle it. How you handle the pressure. What you got to do is engulf the pressure and let it work for you. That's the key. That's what Shane does well.
Well, Shane Van Boening is eating pressure for lunch here in Doha. It's 4-0. Kopin Chung, rather, has yet to get on the board and hasn't really shown us much. But we still got a race to 11 and it's alternate break, so anything can happen. On our other table, you can see them, Wu Cha-ching, the lefty, getting ready to break off. He leads Ko Pin-yi 2-1.
In theory, it could actually be a brothers' final. Ko Pin-chung beats Shane and Ko Pin-yi beats Wu Cha-ching. Two brothers could play each other. That would be a first.
We asked him that. I mean, how do you go about if you're playing each other? I mean, they said, well, you know, we're brothers, but we would take it very seriously. In other words, nobody's going to lay down for the other one and say, well, the older brother's going to win, or it's time for the unit. This is the World Championship.
Yeah, it's a big title. You don't want to throw that away.
So let's pay attention to this break shot here. 1 on the spot, 9 in the middle, of course, and 2 behind the rack. Watch the 2 wing balls sticking out there.
Now he's going to make the 7 ball. He's going to hit the 1 half ball, and it's going to bank just before the side pocket, like that, and go over to the corner pocket. I mean, if the 4 ball doesn't come there, it's a great break, right? It's like a road map. You have to run out, you know. That was very unfortunate for the 4 ball to come in between those 2 balls.
2 balls on the break. So of course, yeah, I mean, it being a pool, the balls are flying around. You will have instances like that, but the percentages is what you're playing.
Exactly. You just want a shot on that on the 1 ball, you know.
Shane said yesterday he's, you know, 80% of the time he is breaking, he's running out. That's incredible. That's unbeatable.
That's a good percentage, yeah. I think most top players would have similar percentages, though. But whether they produce it on the big stage is another matter. And that's what Shane's been doing good this tournament.
Oh, that's a nice shot. That's confidence. Does he have a shot? Yeah, it looks like he...
Yeah, he can cut this 2 ball in. That's not a problem.
Well, he is making this game look really simple. Anybody who's played it knows it's not exactly simple. It's very complicated. It can be very frustrating for a lot of people, but this is a clinic in 9-ball pool, and it comes just at the right time for Shane Van Boening in the semifinals of the World Championship.
Wiped its feet, but nevertheless went down.
By the way, on our outside table, it's Wu Cha-ching 3, Ko Pin-yi 1. So the brothers Ko in a bit of a hole at the moment. Our final will be coming up at 5 p.m. Doha time. GMT +3. Greenwich Mean Time +3. If you don't know what that means, I'm not going to explain it to you. Just Google it and try to figure it out. Okay? And, but 5 p.m. Doha time. So that'll probably be about an hour and 20 minutes after the semifinals finish. It'll be a race to 13 alternate break. Really, Imran, what more can we say? I mean, we should just sit back and watch this clinic.
It's all about the break, Ted.
Shane Van Boening with a dominating performance so far here in this semifinal. It's a dream start for the American.
Now, Kopin Chung's going to have to come with something now to catch up his deficit. He's going to at least have to break and run a couple of racks, minimum.
I don't know what he can do. I mean, Shane is going to have to, I wouldn't say fall apart, he's going to have to make some glaring errors. It's an alternate break format, so even if they trade serves here going out, there's no way that Ko can come back and the way that Shane's been playing. I just don't see him faltering at this point.
See, if Shane was breaking like he's doing against me, I would copy it and do the same thing. If it's working,
that
was cursed. But if you see someone's break working, why not try and copy it, emulate it?
Wow, that is as bad as situation you could be in right now.
That's a nightmare scratch.
Yeah.
He's looking at 6-0, straight in the face. Yeah, not such a happy birthday.
You know, Shane is a laid-back guy and very quiet. He's shy, of course. He doesn't really like to speak to the media too much. He doesn't hang around with the players in the lobby of the hotel too much. And Shane is a bit of a loner. And but I tell you, if you're ever looking for him, just go to the pool hall.
Room, yeah.
Go to the pool hall.
Yeah.
He has been on the table hour after hour here in Doha at the Federation. He came down here early today. He was on the table. They had to kick him off the TV table because they didn't want him getting too used to it.
Yeah, he keeps himself to himself, but he always looks like a man on a mission. Mission to find a pool table anywhere around the world.
And now it's a mission to get into the finals and claim his very first World 9-Ball Championship. And there is the first mistake we have seen.
Wow, didn't expect that.
Okay, this is the chance now for Ko, but unfortunately for him, we're in a alternate break format.
He was a bit complacent on that shot.
So Imran, you've been in this situation before of Kopin Chung. What do you do? How do you approach it?
You just got to take each rack at a time. Don't look ahead. You got to play each ball at a time. I mean, I've been in matches where I've been 7-0 down, 8-0 down, and actually managed to win matches. You just got to stick to it. Stick with your guns. Have the belief that you can still win. Take each rack at a time, each ball at a time. It's never over.
There it is. Finally, after 40 minutes, Kopin Chung celebrating his birthday today. It's not been the happiest of birthdays so far.
That was a birthday present from Shane, I think. Missing that.
In favor of Van Boening, SVB from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I really like that name, Captain America.
I think that should be his new name, Captain America.
You know, outside, I think in the States they call him this South Dakota kid, but that doesn't really resonate overseas. I think Captain America.
Yeah, people don't know about South Dakota. And doesn't Captain America wear blue as well?
Yeah. Look at that. That is textbook.
See, this break is going to be tough to beat. Always controlling the one ball. Like I said, it's...
I was making it look easy, but you know, if it was that easy to break like this, everybody would do it, and I'm sure people try to copy it. But Shane has it down. He studies this thing. He practices it religiously, and he's got it down. I mean, it's like you said. I
mean, it's not a new thing. People do know about this break over the last few years, but they just haven't executed it in this tournament. You know, they haven't done it. And you have to make the 3-point rules, which is getting 3 balls down or 2 past the head string and 1 down. But what I see in these tables, the rails are quite bouncy, so all balls are always going to come down to the end of the table. So you make your 3 points. That's why you can afford to hit the break a little bit soft or a medium speed, because the springy rails will let the balls come down table to make your 3 points.
Interesting point there about the rails being bouncy, because you're saying on a table that didn't have this kind of bouncy rails that you might have to change your
speed on the break. You might have to hit it a bit harder to make the 3-point rule.
Shane Van Boening, that little hiccup doesn't put a bump in the road for him. 6-1 now, and he looks unstoppable. On our outside table now, Ko Pin-Yi gets one back. It's 3-2. Coming to you live from the Al Arabi Sports Club in beautiful, hot Doha, Qatar, right in the heart of the Middle East. And this is actually, besides our live stream, this event is being beamed out across the Middle East on the Al Qas network, and this is just a great thing for the sport of pool, to be seen by this many people. And you know, I don't know if you've seen, but the coverage here in Doha in the newspapers is unlike anything we've ever seen. It's on the front page of the sports section. I mean, this is a place that is football mad.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer for you Americans out there, football mad, and yet they're putting pool on the page in big colored pictures and great articles. They've got journalists here covering the event. Fantastic for the sport.
Wow, that's fantastic for the sport, as you said, yeah. They really do a good job out here in Doha. Excellent venue, good conditions, referees. Nice tournament. And it can only get better. Other matches close. So Ko Pin-Chi Wu Cha-Ching match 3-2 to Ko Pin-Yi, with Wu at the table, and looks like have a pretty open table.
There was a good break shot there. Now can he see the 2-ball?
He can make this 2-ball, yeah. The only problem is the 7's gone awkward next to the 9, so might have to develop that somehow.
I think there's one thing we have to watch for Shane, and I have seen this before. When he has big leads, like at the World Pool Masters, he can get a little complacent.
Yeah, he can, yeah. Which is, it's natural, actually. Sometimes you think you've won the match, or you're coasting, you can't lose, and you kind of freewheel. But that can cost you, yeah. Things can go wrong. You need to bear down on every ball.
We've already got people in our chat room who are going, well, in the next match he's got to do this and that. Hold on, folks. Well, maybe not. You start missing balls like that, it's not going to be your day. You cannot do that against Shane Van Boening. He needed that rack like he needs to breathe air.
He's feeling the heat, yeah.
No, he's just got to, what does he do with the 7 ball? He's got to, does it pass the 9, or does he got to break up that cluster?
No, I think it only goes in one pocket, in the corner pocket up where the 8 is at. Otherwise, he has to try and break it out here. He has a nice angle with this 4 ball. He can break this out 2 rails. Bottom rail, side rail. Or he could just play it into the corner pocket, like I said. I think that's what he'll do, yeah. He'll play it into the corner pocket by the 8. To break them up. Yeah, he decided to break them up. And
fantastic.
did that good. Yeah.
Fantastic. What a pro shot that is.
He could have played position on it, but it was had to be a very precise positional effort. This way he had more margin for error.
Feathers that 8 ball in, and all he can do is watch as he'll go down by 6 racks, and Shane with this 9 ball will start to have the finish line in sight. And the thing is if he can continue with this pace and get out of here with this semifinal in about maybe 70 minutes total, he will have plenty of time to rest and gather himself for the final. Final won't go off for another 4 hours about from now.
Yeah, he's playing like a train, Shane. The American Express.
Oh, that's another good one.
That's another one, isn't it?
That might even be better than Captain America.
Where do I get him? Where to get him from?
Yeah, where are you coming up with this stuff? That's fantastic. Yeah, American Express. He really is an express train right now. And let's watch the break again. Wing ball. In this case, it'll be the 4. We'll head straight for the corner pocket. Watch how he controls the 1. Oh no, there the 1 gets hit, but still, he's got a shot in the other pocket.
Still, it comes down table and shot on the 1. I mean, how do you win? How do you beat a guy who's playing like that? You've got to play the same break to beat him. You got to play the same break to beat him and outplay him with his table play. That's the only way. Looks like a good positional shot. Yeah, very well executed. Don't see any problems in this rack, Ted.
It's about self-belief. Shane's got it by the truckload right now. On top of that, he's got some serious talent.
But it's actually good to see 3 Taiwanese in the semi-finals, you know. They went off the boil for a couple of years.
Yeah, they've really upped their level in pool in the last few years, and they have so many great players coming out of Taiwan. Of course, Wu, who's leading 4-2 on our other table right now, now plays in China, but he is a Taiwanese.
That's right, yeah. See, in the last 3 years, it's been Europeans winning this event.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The Euros didn't have a good event this time.
No, not at all. The Taiwanese weren't having none of it. I mean, they've always been a great nation, pool-playing nation. It was just a matter of time until they came back and did some damage.
Wow. This is the SVB Express. This is amazing. What a clinic he is putting on here in the semifinals. Couldn't ask for a bigger stage. 7-1. Rather 8-1. I can't keep up.
8-1, yep, that's right, Ted.
I can't keep up with in my notebook here because it's happening so quickly. 8-1. It's just a race to 11. I just don't see how Ko Ping Chung can come back.
I don't see either. No, they're taking a timeout now.
So you might want to switch over to our other table. They're still duking it out. It's Wu Cha-Ching up 4-2 on Ko Pin Yi. Wouldn't that be some final? Wu Cha-Ching, who won this event 10 years ago at the age of 16. You wouldn't even recognize him if you look at the pictures and the videos from that day. He was a chubby 16-year-old.
And boy, did he play well that tournament. No fear, just free stroking. That's what happens when you're young. You don't have the fear, you know. You don't know what can go wrong. So you just fire at everything.
Right.
Your confidence is so high. Older players have battle scars. They know what can go wrong. If I miss this shot, I can lose the match. So
there we are. Say hi to everybody around the world. There you go. Over there, Emma.
Over
Right there.
Okay.
How you guys doing? Ladies and gents, hope you're enjoying our coverage. We are enjoying bringing it to you and the pictures of Kazum. So, we'd like to make sure that you thank the Qatar Billiards and Snooker Federation for this live stream, and Kazum for bringing it and all the technical know-how. A few glitches along the way, but this stuff happens. But
still a great job. And I mean, they're doing the live streaming free, which is a great compliment from. We should compliment them. We should be very thankful.
And I think that fans around the world might want to. Get on we have a Facebook page at the WPA World 9-Ball Championship, or here in the chat, or just, whatever way you can, maybe thank the Qatar Billiards and Snooker Federation for making sure that pool fans around the world are not left out of this great event and can participate and can watch. This is the greatest live stream in the history of this sport.
I second that, Ted. Yeah, what a great stream we have.
And it's for free. Free. Let's put the caps lock on. Free. Come on. What's free in this life?
Yeah, definitely the best in the business, Kazoo.
$30,000 to the winner, $15,000 to the runner-up, $200,000 in prize money overall here, and it'll all happen today as the finals coming up at 5 p.m. Doha time, GMT +3. If you don't know what that GMT means, people ask me, what does GMT mean?
Greenwich Mean Time. It's actually a place in England called Greenwich where they have the central time system. I was there actually about 2 months ago. Me and my wife went there for a picnic.
Yeah. You were at ground zero for the world clocks, basically. So,
central location for time.
I'll give you
in London.
Yeah, I'll give you a good website to go look it up. It's timeanddate.com. Great website. I use it all the time. You want to know what time it is in any city in the world?
Okay.
Okay, and they always have the GMT right there. So if you're in the, say, for example, like in the Philippines, that's GMT +8. This is GMT +3. So you can just do the math. We don't want you to miss any of the action. So a ball down for 2 balls down. Ko Ping Chung, he's in a real ditch right now.
See, he made the one, and it's lucky whether to have a shot on the lowest ball now, which he doesn't. Shane is, on the other hand, controlling the one, which is massive.
Well, you still got to battle it out. You know, you're never out of it. And he plays a push out. As long as they're still playing, as long as the 9 ball is still on the table, you still got a chance.
Shane could actually be aggressive here and bank the 2 into the 6. Depends how he feels. Or he can play it safe.
Yeah, you see the 6 ball hiding in the corner there. He's looking at it.
He's looking at it. I think he might shoot it 8-1 up, you know. Go for it.
Well, at 8-1 up, he can certainly afford to take a chance. Play offense.
There you go. Little unlucky not to have a shot. Well, a clear shot. Maybe he can kick at it using the rail first.
So on our outside table, looks like Wu is going to go up 5-2. Shane taking his good old time, and why not? We don't have a shot clock here in Doha. Oh, there's a foul. All right, now Open Chung has to get one back here. Unfortunately for him, even if he gets it here, Shane's got the next break.
That's okay, Shane. Don't cry. You can make mistakes. You are a human. Vital for Ko to get this right.
By the way, Shane's been using this extended cue. What do you make of that?
Well, it's an American thing, I think. Earl Strickland, you know, he's always messing about with his equipment and this and that. Earl Strickland started doing it and gave the idea to Shane, and Shane tried it, and it actually helps you go through with the cue a little bit more. He feels more confident. He feels that he can make every long shot with a longer cue. I guess it's a bit psychological and a little bit technical as well.
Have you tried it?
I did try it, yeah, and it was good for my long shots, but not great for my short shots. So I'm happy sticking with the normal length. But it seems to be working for Shane. Whatever's your cup of tea, as the English say.
It's sort of like in golf, people always messing about with their putter, you know, the putter, and you know, just trying to get that feel. It's all about that feel.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you find something that feels great, you know, just run with it. I mean, Wu Cha-Ching, here's one, a great example for you. By the way, he's up 5-2 right now, and he's at the table. A bit of a tough cut shot here.
Yeah, he might have to play this 3 rails, because, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and nearly scratches.
It's just all gone south for the youngster. Not a happy birthday today.
Yeah, looks very under pressure. Oh, a bit short. Oh, there's another twist to this rack. Does he play a safety or does he go for the bank? What would you do, Ted?
Well, knowing it's not about what I would do. I think knowing what I think Shane's going for it.
8-1 up, yeah, why not fire at it? Missed it, but left it safe-ish. He played it at a nice speed, so if he misses it, he'll leave it on the side rail with a tough cut shot.
I mean, you would take 8-1 up. You definitely take that. Now, if it was a hill match, would you also take it, or?
Well, sometimes it's good to go for the jugular. You know, go for it. Depends how you feel.
You got to win by going through the front door, not the back door.
Exactly.
Oh, I feel bad for the kid. It's all going wrong.
Yeah, it can be a very lonely place out there if things are going wrong for you. You know, you're not playing well, your confidence is low.
There it is. 9-1. One of the few hiccups we've seen from Shane Van Boening, but it's just not a good day for the youngster, Koping Chung.
Captain America keeps riding that American Express.
I was telling you about Wu Cha-ching. He, since moving to China, he's risen up the ranks in China, and he's had some personal issues over the last few years, but he's gotten even up till about 6 months ago, he wasn't very comfortable with his game, and he lost his cue, and then somebody gave him a cue out of nowhere, and he tried it, and you talk about feeling, he said, wow, this feels great. I found my game. And ever since then, he has brought his game back to that level of when he was...
9-ball, middle pocket. Sorry, Ted.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a win. Wow.
10-1.
10-1, and this is...
Even if he didn't make the 9, look at the break. I mean, it's ridiculous. Easy 1 ball. Yeah, I didn't know that. He lost his cue and someone gave him this cue. Wow.
And then he suddenly found a feel, and he said, this is mine, and here he is in the semifinals, and he's up 6-2 now. So could we have a Shane Van Boening Wu Cha-ching final? It looks like that at the moment, but hold on. It pours.
Exactly, yeah. That's the last thing Ko wanted to see.
I think. Did you see him in the Masters?
That was
Shane?
icing on his birthday cake.
Yeah. Did you see Shane in the Masters? He made 2 golden 9s in the final against Darren Appleton. He made 1 in the semifinals. I mean, and you don't see that often. I mean, the guy is just... The stars are lining up for Shane Van Boening. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
He's on a roll right now, and the pool gods are with him, I guess. I think he deserves it. He puts in like 7-8 hours a day, ridiculous amounts of time hitting balls, and fair play. Good luck to him. He's coming to London next week for the World Cup of Pool, and I think he's going to play in my pool room. He'll be there for like 7-8 hours a day, owning the table.
At your pool room?
At my pool room.
Where's your pool room at?
In King's Cross, London.
I'll have to come down there.
Yeah, the Hurricane
I'll be there
room.
for the World Cup.
The Hurricane Room.
That's what it's called, the Hurricane Room?
Yeah.
All right. You got any ale on tap or anything there?
Oh, yeah, there's a 24-hour bar, yeah. Well, it shuts at 5 a.m.
Oh, that's good enough.
That's good enough, right?
It's good enough. I'll see you there. So having to play safe or
kick shot.
Just maybe try to pocket it or just kick it away. Anything. I think he just wants to get out of here, and looks like maybe he will be soon. Well, no, Shane can't really see that, but
maybe able to snick a side edge of it, but he can't make the ball for sure.
So still on our outside table, Wu Cha-ching now playing under the China banner, originally from Taiwan, up 6-2. This is just a matter of time before Shane closes this one out and moves into his first ever final, the World 9-Ball Championship. Shane, a 4-time U.S. Open champion, currently has won it 3 times in a row. Defending champion in that event. 2 in a row, World Pool Masters. I guess if you're trying to figure out the storyline, I mean, this guy is definitely on track to win this event. I mean, he has got everything going for him right now in pool.
Yeah, he's breaking well, playing well, feeling good, feeling confident. Who's going to stop him?
And for all those people who said, well, Shane can't win overseas, okay, they said, oh, when he won the World Pool Masters, he says, well, it's just an invitational, 16 players. Okay, all winner breaks format. Shane likes the winner break. He doesn't like the alternate break format. But you know what? You travel overseas, it's not easy. It's difficult. You're playing great talent. You're playing under different conditions.
Different time zones.
Time zones. The food is different. Everything is different, and it takes sometimes years to become a success and to win the big one. I mean, not everybody's going to be Wu Cha-ching and winning the world title at 16 years old.
No, exactly. That's like one of a kind.
And a lot of credit to Shane Van Boening for packing up his bags and getting on that airplane and going anywhere in the world there is a tournament. Boy, it's, you know, pool's not easy. The money's not big in pool, and you lose early in the tournament. Even if you get to the quarterfinals, sometimes you're just paying your bills. So it can be depressing when you lose in this sport. It can really set you back.
Yeah, but he doesn't really need to travel outside of the U.S. They have a lot of pool tournaments in the U.S. where he can make a comfortable living. But obviously for the World Championships, you want that title, and that's something he never had.
Yeah, he wants that title, and he's going to get a chance to grab that title. A 9-ball clinic by the great American Shane Van Boening, winning over Ko Ping Chung 11-1. Another drubbing here in Doha. So Shane will pack it up for the moment.